Recent rumors about the U.S. annexing Canada have sparked widespread attention. These statements stem primarily from former U.S. President Donald Trump's repeated remarks. Trump previously posted a map on social media showing a merged U.S. and Canada, calling Canada America's 51st state, which triggered extensive discussion and controversy. Furthermore, during meetings with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, Trump reportedly floated the idea of incorporating Canada into the U.S., further fueling speculation about this issue. These remarks have led to debates over the potential feasibility of such a plan and its implications for the future of U.S. military, political, and economic strategies. In this analysis, we will explore the possibility and impact of this rumor from political, economic, and military perspectives. Welcome to BlackRock Hong Kongers, your go-to channel for in-depth discussions on international politics and global crises. Stay tuned as we uncover the truths behind the headlines. Like, share, and subscribe to join our community of critical thinkers. The possibility of the U.S. annexing Canada involves numerous challenges, including sovereignty, international law, and domestic and international political dynamics. Canada is a federal, independent nation whose sovereignty and territorial integrity are explicitly safeguarded under its Constitution, the Constitution Act, 1982. Canada's parliamentary democracy and constitutional monarchy differ significantly from the US's presidential federal system. If the US were to attempt annexation, it would require widespread approval from the Canadian Parliament, all provincial governments, and possibly even a national referendum. However, the vast majority of Canadians have a strong consensus for maintaining independence, as evidenced in historical elections and referenda. For example, during the 1995 Quebec independence referendum, the Canadian federal government successfully united other provinces to counter separatism, demonstrating its ability to defend national integrity. Canada's multicultural policies and bilingual system are also central to its national identity, which does not align with the US's more homogenized cultural model. Canada's stance on Arctic sovereignty highlights its commitment to territorial integrity. Canada has long asserted its sovereignty over Arctic territories, especially in the face of competition from the US and other nations seeking to protect its geopolitical and economic interests. This dedication to independence and resource control demonstrates Canada's firm resolve to maintain its territory. Moreover, US constitutional constraints, such as Article 4 Section 3, stipulate that admitting new states requires the consent of both Congress and the new territory. Considering Canada's size, population, and economic structure, integrating it as a single state or multiple states would face immense resistance. Threats to Canada's territorial integrity could also provoke severe geopolitical reactions. As a member of the Commonwealth, Canada's nominal head of state is the British monarch. While the Commonwealth is largely symbolic, any US threat to Canadian sovereignty could prompt diplomatic and economic countermeasures from the UK and other member nations. Under Article 4 of the United Nations Charter, nations are prohibited from using or threatening force against the sovereignty of another country. Annexation without international recognition would be seen as a grave challenge to global order, potentially leading to sanctions or military intervention. Both the US and Canada are NATO members, and NATO's mission is to safeguard its members' territorial integrity. Any US attempt to infringe on Canada's sovereignty could be viewed as a violation of NATO values, damaging its credibility and influence worldwide. Within the US, support for annexing Canada is also limited. On many social issues, such as gun control, universal healthcare, and environmental policy, Canada significantly differs from the US. These differences make it unlikely for Congress or voters to accept Canada as part of the US. Although Canada has a substantial economy, developing its remote regions and maintaining its infrastructure would require enormous investments. For instance, the underdeveloped Arctic areas would become a significant fiscal burden. Some US factions might fear that Canada's multiculturalism and left-leaning policies could disrupt America's political and cultural structure, exacerbating internal divisions. Even if some political forces supported annexation, the potential consequences could be disastrous. Forced annexation could lead to fragmentation or civil war in Canada, with increased demands for independence in regions like Quebec. Resistance at the federal level would severely damage US-Canada relations. International economic sanctions might intensify the US's economic difficulties and weaken the global standing of the US dollar. Forced annexation could also spark global geopolitical turmoil. NATO could face internal divisions, and allies' trust in the US would plummet. Additionally, rival powers like China and Russia might exploit the situation to undermine US global leadership, escalating security threats or military confrontations. From a political perspective, the idea of the US annexing Canada is neither realistic nor likely to gain domestic or international support. This rumor is more likely a rhetorical tactic used by certain political forces to draw attention than a feasible policy proposal. In the next section, Military Perspective Analysis, we will delve into the current military cooperation between the United States and Canada from a military standpoint. We will review the historical experiences and challenges of their military collaboration and, in the context of the current global security environment, analyze the potential military impacts if these two countries were to merge. Thank you for watching BlackBlock Hong Kong's Global Insight Network. Like, share, and subscribe for in-depth analyses on international politics and critical issues. Explore these videos next and join the conversation for a more insightful world.